Hi everybody, Dr. Bill Crawford here, psychologist, speaker, author of 4 books, host of 2 PBS specials. Here today to talk about the process of change, or specifically how we sometimes block our ability to make changes. Because I think sometimes when we're focused on changing, what we're really focused on is what we don't want. We want to be not stressed, or not frustrated, or not angry, or not depressed, or we want to lose weight, or we want to avoid problems in relationships. Now that's understandable because often that can motivate us to begin to address a situation. The problem is when we are tied up in knots, as my friend Mike Darley has mentioned, that what happens is we get stuck in the process of avoidance, or the process of fearing the problem as a way of trying to solve the problem. Because see, when we're trying to not be something, what we're really saying is, if I'm that way, well that's a problem and bad things are going to happen, so I've got to not be stressed or not be worried or not be frustrated. But just the focus on what we don't want means we are focused on the problem of being the way we don't want to be. That will throw us into the lower 20% of the brain that is all about avoiding bad situations. Perfect place to be when we are trying to avoid a fight or flight situation, run away from it, fight it, whatever we need to do. Not so much when we're trying to improve the quality of our lives, of our experience, of our relationships, of our body. One of the things I talk about in my CD on how to eat anything you want, anytime you want, and never gain weight, is that when we use the energy of worry or fear around weight as a way of trying to achieve a certain body type or experience, it's only minimally successful because once we use the motivation of fear or worry about, okay, I got this weight and I got to change it, and so we might exercise or diet or whatever. And then when we get to the weight we want, we're no longer afraid, and so we just kind of eat naturally or eat the way we have before. And the problem is, of course, then we gain all the weight back. I'm a big fan of looking at change in terms of what we want versus what we don't want. How we want to be in our relationship with food, with stress or frustration, how we want to be versus what we're trying to avoid. Because when we focus on what we want, and especially about how to begin to get there in the future, we engage this upper 80% of the brain, specifically these frontal lobes that are all about making purposeful decisions and moving toward the achievement of some particular goal. The ability to have the quality relationship we want. The ability to experience life in a way that is about love and happiness and success and meaning and fulfillment, versus just not stressed, not worried, not frustrated, not angry. So if you're trying to make changes in your life, if you're wanting to become more purposeful in how you create each aspect of your life, I'm going to encourage you not to be tied up in knots. I'm going to encourage you instead to start focusing on what you want and begin to let your brain start to create steps of how to get there. If you need some help in that, you can obviously call on me. One of the things I love to do is help people make those changes. If you would like for me to come and create a presentation for your organization about how to move forward based on your mission, your goals, what you're wanting to create versus what you're trying to avoid, I would love to do that as well. You can go to my website, billcrawfordphd.com, hit the contact button, or you can sign up there for 4 free videos on how this brain concept works. Regardless, what I'm hoping you're hearing is that there is a new way to create change in your life, based not on the knots, based not on what you don't want, but on what you do. When you do that, not only are you accessing the upper 80% of the brain, the clear, confident, creative part of the brain, you are not creating the worry, stress, chemicals of cortisol, adrenaline, and those fight or flight chemicals that often trap us in that cycle or keep us tied up in knots. I hope this has been valuable. Try to keep these videos short. I know we are all busy. Here's to you bringing more clarity, confidence, and creativity to everything you do, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.